When it comes to a little bit of controversy, it's good when it comes in a huge batch with like 3 or 4 different things at once, not just one small thing, but 3 or 4 pretty big things. And that's what I've got for you in today's video. We're talking about a shoe that's being called the Multicolor in most of the places that I've looked around for it. I haven't seen it called the Fruity Pebbles anywhere, but I'm going for the Fruity Pebbles. These are the Fruity Pebble 4s in hand, and I think there's something on these Multicolor 18s that is a direct takeoff of that Fruity Pebbles for friends and family. A beautiful shoe, very, very rare, and there's something directly linking that in this 18, which makes me think that this 18 is the Fruity Pebbles and not the Multicolors. But then on top of that, some of the websites I go to look for information, Kicks on Fire, Sneaker News, Sneaker Bar Detroit, Soul Supplier here in Japan, Sneaker Dunk. There's a lot of different places I go to try and get information, and some of them have been well out of the box when it comes to thinking about this shoe, and sadly for them, I'm saying they've got it way wrong. Now, I have a sneaker channel on YouTube that has barely 1,800 subscribers, so maybe, just maybe, I'm wrong, which would make more sense in these huge businesses online. But you know what? You can tell me whether I've got it wrong or right in this video as we take a close-up look at the upcoming release of the Nike Lebron 18 Fruity Pebbles. This is the Tokyo Butter 23 Sneaker Channel. Tokyo Butter 23 Sneaker Channel days. My name is Sneaker Sai, and every single day from Tokyo, Japan, I bring you content about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news, and sneaker reviews. And today in the spotlight is the upcoming release on April the 10th of the Nike Lebron 18 Multicolor, or as I'm going to keep calling it in this video, the Fruity Pebbles. And I'm going to get to that first, and then we'll get to the controversy side of things second. So first things first, here's the outsole on this shoe. Thick bars that run, the length of the outsole in a particular color order that makes a sort of spectrum, start with purple and finishing with yellow. And then here's the outsole for those friends and families, the Fruity Pebble 4s, and it looks almost identical. Even the color, combination, the order of the colors are coming in is pretty much the same. So taking a look at this Fruity Pebbles 4 friends and family, trading it out to this, what I'm calling the Fruity Pebbles 18, and I just can't, they're too close together for it to be accidental. So I'm going with it. I'm saying Fruity Pebbles. I might be wrong. Maybe LeBron's given up eating Fruity Pebbles and he wants something else in his morning, bowl of cereal. But I'm just going to call it that way. That's my take on it. That's my personal opinion. We've got these pictures of the Fruity Pebble 4s in hand, thanks to Shoe Butter, because he's got this massive sneaker collection. He sends me content from time to time. Thank you, Shoe Butter. And that was one of them, was the Fruity Pebble 4 video. So because of that, we know about the outsole, and because of that outsole, we're looking at this outsole and saying that's a Fruity Pebble 418. And then a bit of the controversy. Here's something, and it's highlighted for you, and I don't know if you're going to look at that and just be like, whoa, or you're going to look at that and be like, well, who cares? But what I'm saying is that this is from one of the sites I go to get information, and what they're calling the upper on this is prime knit, which I think might very well be blasphemous. This is not okay as far as I know. I mean, if you are a LeBron or a Nike lover, you're going to be furious that they're calling this prime knit, because prime knit is the upper on Adidas. It's not even the same brand, you know what I mean? It's like, sometimes you get different, fly knit and stuff like that, within the Nike sort of family of shoes. But this prime knit is a whole different brand. The biggest competitor to Nike, and that's Adidas. Adidas's woven uppers are called prime knit. So calling this prime knit, I think, is a big no-no. Again, check me in the comments down below. Fact check me and tell me if you agree, because what I think it is Knit Posit 2.0. I believe that the 17 is one of my favorite shoes of all time. Here's the Harlem Fashion Row that I bring up every time I get a chance to, because I think it's a beautiful shoe. I believe the upper on that was called the Knit Posit, and then here we are with the 18s, and they've updated technology and all that stuff. Knit Posit 2.0 is what they're calling it, but they're definitely not calling it prime knit. So that's part one. And then part two is they call that beautiful light blue upper university blue. No, you cannot call LeBron sneakers university blue in this blue, because that blue is Michael Jordan's University North Carolina light blue. So when you say that this is university blue, you're drawing a straight line from LeBron to Jordan, and we just don't do that. There are definite hints, there are definite sort of nudges nudges between the Jordan line and the LeBron line, but you can't go full up front and just say, look, this is a Jordan colorway. Woo, that's a bit too much. So there's three big things as far as I'm concerned. A, it's not multicolors, it's Fruity Pebbles. B, it's not prime knit, it's foam knit 2.0, posit knit, foam posit knit. No, I've gone and forgot what it is, but it's definitely not prime knit. And then C, I don't know if you can call it university blue because that ties up to Jordan. So park all that. That's the controversy around the shoe, the interesting stuff that's going on with it. And let's get into it and actually have a look at it, because it doesn't matter what it's called. It doesn't matter the name you put on something. What matters is it cool? Does it look good? And the funny thing is, yes, it does. And I still have one big question. You know what? Instead of holding off to the end, I'm going to come straight in with that question right now for you guys. Can you tell me anything more about this lace lock on here? I haven't seen it on LeBron 18s now. I've probably done maybe 10 LeBron 18 videos and I've not seen anything like that. It reminds me of, it's the Watch the Thrones. That's what I'm thinking about. The Watch the Thrones often have a huge lace lock on the front of them. And this is huge, but it's very simple and translucent and kind of sleek and fits in with the rest of the shoe. But I don't know much about it. I don't know if it's special to this shoe or if it's in lots more of the LeBron 18s or if it's in a certain kind of LeBron 18. So if you know more about those lace locks, I'd love to hear about it in the comments down below. So with that being said, let's get into this and have a look at the shoe. We've already looked at the outsole. Let's look at some more details on it. We'll start with the toe box because that gives us a great look at that knit posit 2.0. I'm sure that's what it's called, where you can also see on there a gold swoosh embroidered into the toe, which is very fine and very, very cool and nice little detail. And we often talk about that swoosh and look at the medial side swoosh or the lateral side bar to see if they match up. They don't in this case, because if we look at that lateral side bar, you know, that bar that runs parallel to the midsole and the outsole in there, you can see the color on that, and then flip out onto the medial side and you see the medial side swoosh matches that lateral side bar, and neither of them match the toe embroidered in gold swoosh on the front of the toe in these guys. So it's a nice little detail. And then coming up from that onto the tongues. We always talk about the tongues when it comes to LeBron 18s. There's those three air units that run up there, often played around with the colouring. In the case of these guys being a multicolour, three different colours on those three different air units that run up the front of that the tongue. And then if you travel back from that and have a look down inside from above, you can see that the lining on this guy is absolutely wild, very colourful, very detailed, lots going on there. And then we'll flip it out to the heel. I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to show you this because the heel, you know, it clasps onto the back like this, like a sort of C shape wrapped around the shoe, but each end of the C has a sort of spray paint splatter pink feel to it, but then the closer you get to the middle of the heel, that splatter or that spray paint feel is lost, and then the translucence is there. One thing that I'd never noticed before is the sock within the LeBron 18s and the materials at the top of them behind that translucent heel, which hopefully you're able to see on this the green screen here. And what I'm talking about is the sock up there. I've never noticed it before like this, and I'm wondering if it's something to do with different materials specific for this shoe, or it's just something I haven't really paid attention to and I should have had my eyes open a little bit more. So so that sock lining though is a kind of detail that jumps out to me, which must make it kind of special, if nothing else. And then the last thing to do, I think, with these guys is to go down and have a look at the midsole, because there's a whole lot of speckling going on in the midsole unit, not just the midsole but the air unit as well, to give it a bit more of a sort of feel. There are lots of colours going on the shoe, and having the speckled effect there just adds to that. So even though the base of the shoe is that light blue, and I'm not going to say university blue, that light blue, there's still a lot of hits of colour all around the shoe, and most notably on those outsoles, which to me talks of those Fruity Pebble 4s. Friends and Family is one of the rarest shoes out there. So so happy to draw that line for you, happy to put out that information and say, you know, I'm putting my neck on the line, saying that these are the things I believe, especially about it's not prime knit. I'm just so sure of that anyway. Don't call it university blue because that's a Jordan thing, and these are Fruity Pebbles, not multicolors. So but that's my opinion, and I'm happy to give that to you guys. And if it's wrong, or if you disagree, definitely tell me in the comments down below. And especially if it's wrong and you know for sure something about these shoes, definitely tell us about that too. So, but with that being said, it's time for me to wrap up this video and just finish off. And you know what I'll do is I'm going to come back and we'll look at the in-hand shot of the Fruity Pebble 4s, because it's such a rare shoe and so great to be able to see that kind of stuff in hand thanks to Shoe Butter. So a great way to finish up the video and just say the thing that I say at the end of every single video, which is I do this every single day. And that means you are guaranteed to see me 10 more.